Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy. We're back with FM23 and IFK Goteborg, and today we have Champions League football. We've got the playoff round. We're against Ferencváros, both legs today. If we win this tie, we will be through to the league phase, where we'll get a ton of cash and we'll be playing some of the best teams in the world, some of the biggest teams in the world. But we need to get past the Hungarians first. Both legs today. Can we get through? We will wait and see. We had the draw last time. We went through a few transfers. I don't think we've made many more deals since then, but we'll have a look at what's been happening in the transfer window. And also, with less than 10 games to go in the league, we're still unbeaten. So we could end up doing an invincible Swedish league season. We'll see if that comes through as well or not. And as always, if you're enjoying the videos, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Check out the second channel down below. And let's jump into today's video. We did also play Halmstad in the last video. We won 3-0 away from home. Pretty routine when the opposition didn't get a single shot on target. Matsuye got a couple of goals. Melvin scored. Yeah, just a routine result really. So today, of course, we're focusing on European Football Champions League, but so far 10 games to go in the Allsvenskan season, 17 wins, 3 draws, 0 defeats. We're unbeaten. We've scored 60. We've conceded just 12. We're on course for an unbeaten season. We've got 10 games to go. Can we do it? We'll find out over the next few videos. We have made one further signing in the transfer window. It's Guillermo Bilbao. He's a goalkeeper from Spain, 18 years old. He's come from Eibar for, I think it was 300k, 325k. He's only 6 foot tall, but he's got decent aerial reach. Handling's good. One-on-ones is good. Reflexes are good. Just looks like a solid goalkeeper with bags of potential. We haven't made any further sales just yet, but we are going to be losing a couple of players on free transfers, unfortunately. And they're good players as well. For example, Iri, the Brazilian that we signed, was actually on a pretty small contract, and I didn't realise. And we had 6 months to renew it, but before we could get in there, Porto came in, and Iri's going to be joining Porto on a free transfer in January. So that's not really what we wanted to happen. He's a decent young player, is Iri, and we're going to lose him. And the same with Max Dyson as well. He's a centre-back who's got some potential. Again, he was brought in on a cheap deal from Mansfield Town, but his contract was up and Bristol City jumps in, so he's going to be going back to England again. But that is it for the transfer window. We are on deadline day, but I don't think we'll be bringing any more players in this window. I think we'll wait until the winter for that, and then hopefully we can hold on to our players until the end of the summer window for the other clubs, because we've still got plenty of players that are under bids and plenty of players that are attracting interest. Matsuye still wanted by PSG, and Yasin Saki's been under a few bids from Dortmund and Juve as well, the 19-year-old that we signed from the Netherlands. Back to Champions League focus. Ferencváros today, both legs. Of course, we won the league last season, so we are in the Champions League, and because we've risen so high in the coefficients, we're going to be straight into the playoff round. This is our first hurdle of Europe this season. If we beat Ferencváros, we'll be through to the league phase, and that's where we'll come up against the sides like PSG, and Man City, and Real Madrid, and Dortmund, Liverpool, all those teams. We won't face all of them, of course, but we're going to have a few of those teams. First up, we're going to get past Ferencváros, the side that I only managed last year on the game, part of my journeyman, of course. Let's see how we do. Now, in team news, Sebastian Hausner is out with a calf injury, going to be out for a week or two, so he's missing today. Means that Sourdough will play at right back. That is the only injury we have. We have a couple of players that are not quite fully fit, Mungsbo and Carlen. And this is going to be our team for the first leg at home. Dahlberg in goal. Larkesh, Johansson, Nissen and Sourdough at the back. Kuzu playing just behind Elias Hagen. Diagna on the left. Melvin Berg on the right. Olivieri and Matsuye will start up top. Matsuye has been in phenomenal form this season in the league. 14 goals in 14 starts. Can he carry that form into Europe? We'll wait and see. And the teams come out for this first leg. One of these sides will be playing in the Champions League phase. Will it be Göteborg? Or will it be Ferencváros? We will wait and see. Throw in with Goteborg. It's Matsuye. It's Olivieri. We're inside 2 minutes of the game here, and Hagen's gone for goal, and it's just wide, and a strong start there. Ferencváros have got a lot of players in their half. They've got a back three. They've got wing backs and a defensive midfielder. So they are putting a lot of people behind that ball, it seems, and they're going to look to counter-attack, I'm sure. Here comes Sourdough, his first appearance in Europe, I believe, because he hasn't been registered before. That's the same with Matsuye as well. Here's Hagen to Olivieri. Hagen gets the ball back there. That's a good ball for Matsuye. It's well controlled and it's in. Is it going to count is the question. I think we've got VAR. We do, because it's Champions League football. I think he was onside, but we'll see what the decision is from the assistant referee. It's been given. It's 1-0 with 14 minutes on the clock. It looked onside to me. Hagen was fortunate to get the ball back from Kalmar. And yeah, Matsuye, perfectly timed run. Keeper can't keep it out. It's 1-0. I'm going to leave it on balance. We are doing well in possession at the moment, but I'm just a bit of concern about that Ferencváros counter-attack. Because, like I said, they've got a lot of players behind the ball here. So I think really they're going to look to break. Hagen with the corner kick here. It's headed away by Abena. Olivieri heads it back towards goal. I think they've got Marvellous Nakamba in this side I just saw. Here's Malay Diagna. Goes for goal. Well, it's a simple save for the goalkeeper, really. And actually, Stefan Lonchar is in the back as well. And I think he was at Ferencváros when we managed them last year. So a couple of players that you might recognise there. There's giving the ball away there. And here comes Sivic. Savadogo is dropping back, which is nice to see. Nissen's got that covered, though. Savadogo looking to go forward again. That's a good ball for Olivieri, and he's going to go for goal himself here. I'm sure he does, and it's 2-0 right at the end of the first half. We've doubled that lead. Nissen had it covered, and then Savadogo with this brilliant ball forward for Olivieri, and Olivieri just, you know, created some space from the defence and beat the goalkeeper, and at the far post doubled the lead. 2-0. It's been a dominant first half. We've had plenty of possession. Our passing has been good. We haven't really allowed Ferencváros that much of a chance, so very good first half from where I'm standing. Still got this 2-0 lead. It's been a very, very quiet second half, which I won't complain about because we're not expending too much energy. We've still got the 2-goal lead. We're in a really good place. And Olivieri is going to make it 3-0 here, surely. He is. 16th goal of the season for Olivieri. And it's 3-0 with 20 minutes to go. And now I think we can make some changes and rest some players. So Hagen is going to come off for Leslie Peters. Diagna is going to come off for Ondrejka. And also Eric Andre is going to come on for Melvin Berg. Free kick with Leslie Peters, and it's Kalle Johansson. It's off the bar. That was a very close to being 4-0 there. Zagala's going to come on for Nissen, just a defensive change with 10 minutes to go. We've got one more sub we can make, which will probably be Olivieri. He's getting a bit tired. We'll make that change now. We'll bring on Suleiman Abdullahi. We've got 5 minutes to go in what's been a very one-sided first leg, but we do still have 90 minutes in Hungary. And we can't afford to let this slip. We're 3-0 up. We're in a really good position. Kuzi's gone in strong there, but nothing given in terms of a foul. A fourth goal would really give us an advantage. And Abdullahi surely brought down there by Tiam. That's got to be a penalty. I think this is the first time we're seeing this in the save. The referee has gone over to have a look. Surely that's got to be a penalty, and surely at least a yellow card for Tiam. It is a penalty for Goteborg. And surely TM's going to get a card of some sort here as well. I don't think he did get a penalty. And Ondrejka's going to take the penalty. And it's in off the post. That was very nearly a missed penalty there. 87 minutes. It's 4-0. And that is a huge advantage to take to Hungary. A 4-goal lead. I would be incensed if we ended up not going through at this point. 3 minutes of injury time in what's been a very one-sided first leg. Goteborg with a 4-0 win. And Ferencváros not a single shot on target either. Just exactly what we needed to do in the first leg. I thought we'd win, but I didn't expect us to win by 4. That's a huge result. We just played the second round of the Cup. We were against a 4th tier side in Ringinger. We won 11-0. Olivieri got 5. Mathieu got a hat-trick. Diagna got 1. Hagen got 1. Boucher got 1. I think that's everyone covered. 38 shots, 23 shots on target. Dominant performance. Kuzu did suffer a pretty bad injury in that game though. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks with a knee injury. So that is going to be a real problem with that DM spot. I think Adam Carlin will be playing. Either that or we move Nissen or Zagala into defensive midfield. Okay, Champions League second leg in Hungary against Ferencváros. We've got a 4-goal lead. Unless something goes catastrophically wrong, I expect us to be in the group stage, or the league phase rather than how it is. This is going to be the second leg side. Nissen and Zagala both start with Kuzu injured. Ondrejka is in for Melvin Berg. That's the only changes we're making there. But we are in a very, very, very good position. Any goals, of course, I'll show them to you. Any other major incidents, I'll show them to you. But I'm expecting us to get through this pretty easily. And I think I'm safe because we just scored. It was a poor clearance out to Ziad Larkesh. Larkesh with the ball to Diagna. It went over the goalkeeper who was on the ground. Ondrejka pretty much with a free header into the open goal. And that is now 5-0 on aggregate. Well, Ferencváros have a goal back. It was checked by VAR for offside and it has been given. Nakamba with the assist. Mamai came from the right-hand side and beat the keeper at the near post. I don't know where the left-back was. Larkesh was very, very narrow. But it is a goal back for them. And it is 1-1 on the night, but we still have that 4-goal lead on aggregate. And the Hungarians have taken the lead on the night with 74 minutes on the clock. Hernani Jr. with the shot was parried by Dahlberg. Hollander went for it. And it fell off of Tronsen. Schindler bundled it in eventually from 3 yards out. So Ferencváros 2-1 up on the night, but still trailing by 3 goals on aggregate. So we're still in a good place, although this second leg we haven't been very good. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit worried now. It's 82 minutes. Ferencváros have a 3-1 lead on the night, and it's now 5-3 on aggregate. They've shortened the gap to just 2 goals. Litzes with this one. I'm getting concerned. Sourdough to Diagna. Oh, and that's got to be a red for Nsimba. He's hacked him out there. And yes, it's a red card now for Ferencváros. Vital Nsimba with the challenge. And we've got 4 minutes of injury time. Tronsen with the free kick here. And it's the header by Diagna, but it's over. 4 minutes to hold on to this 2-goal lead. And then that will send us through to the league phase. And now we have just seconds to go. It's been a very poor second leg performance, but thank God we did as well as we did in the first leg. Because otherwise we would definitely been going out. I'm just happy that we got the big lead that we did. Olivieri might get a late goal here, and he does. So that's 3-2 on the night and 6-3 on aggregate. So a late goal, thankfully, in the 95th minute. But yeah, not a good enough second leg performance. Ferencváros, 15 goals, 5 on target, 2.2 XG. We didn't create a great deal. We got a couple of goals. But yeah, not a good enough second leg there. Johansson with mistakes. Larkesh was very poor. Matzia had a quiet game up front. So yeah, not a great second leg performance, but we did the job in the first leg, so I'm happy with that. So we are through to the Champions League phase, the Champions League proper, and the money that's going to come with that is going to make a huge difference going forward. Malmö went out, unfortunately. Porto defeated them 4-0 on aggregate, so Malmö will be going down to the Europa League this season. Because last year they were in the Champions League proper, they didn't get through the league phase. But this season they just fell short and they lost to Porto. We'll see how the other 3 Swedish sides did in their qualification campaigns, because we do have 5 Swedish sides in Europe, including ourselves this season. We've just been given 12.75 million just for getting through to the league phase, and we were in a little bit of debt, so that has brought our balance up to over £10 million. That is huge, and our fixtures have been revealed for the league phase. We have 8 games. So who we're facing? So we start off with Galatasaray away from home, and then Juventus away from home. Then we host Barcelona. Then we're away against Spurs, English opposition. Then we host Sparta Prague and Hoffenheim. 2 games there, which I feel like we can maybe win. And then we finish up away against Bayern. Going to be an extremely tough game. And then we host PSV Eindhoven in our final game. So, of course, 1 to 8 go straight through to the round of 16. 9th to 24th in a knockout playoff round. Do we have enough about us to get top 24? I honestly don't know. We will wait and see. We are sitting on a coefficient of 37 points. So we are just ahead of Sparta Prague and Copenhagen. We are just behind Galatasaray. So I think we're going to be, a little bit lower down in the bracket. But I feel confident that we can try and get top 24. So we did see that Malmö failed to qualify for the league phase as they lost to FC Porto, but they joined Champions League qualifying in the second round, and they knocked out Servette, the Swiss side, They did win away from home in Switzerland, but they drew at home. They got through. Then they thrashed Slavia Prague at home by 4-0 and avoided defeat in the Czech Republic to get through to the playoff. But Porto are a very good side. I'm very surprised actually they're in the playoffs of all places. But Porto with the 1-0 win in Portugal, and then beating Malmö in Sweden by 3-0. So that does mean that Malmö are out of the Champions League, but I think they will go through to the Europa League phase after that. We do also have Hammarby in the Europa League, and they have dropped down to the Conference League. So how have they been doing then? They entered the Europa League at the second qualifying round. They defeated Silkeborg with the 2-1 win at home. They then took on Rangers. They drew in Scotland, but then lost at home. That's unfortunate. A Ben Davies winner there, getting Rangers through. Then they took on Vojdovac, a Serbian side. Got a 1-0 win at home and then a 2-1 win in Serbia. So they are through to the Conference League phase. And we had 2 more Swedish sides, but they unfortunately went out of qualifying in the Conference League. So BK Häcken qualified for Europe, but they defeated Omonoia of Cyprus in their first qualifying stage, 4-0 aggregate win there, but then came up against Partizan Belgrade and lost both legs, unfortunately. So Häcken out of Europe for now. And then Elfsborg, how did Elfsborg get on? Elfsborg also went out. They got Roma in the Conference League 4th round. That's a very, very tough one to get in that stage. What happened to Roma that they ended up in Conference League qualifying? They defeated Kabalar of Azerbaijan and then knocked out Austria Vienna, but then came up against Roma of all sides. That's a really nasty draw to get. So Elfsborg go out of Europe as well. So we do still have 3 sides left in Europe. We're in the Champions League phase. Malmö are in the Europa League phase. and Hammarby are in the Conference League. So 3 sides in the main stage of Europe at the moment. Hopefully one of us can get through to the knockouts. So looking at what we've got coming up then, Galatasaray away is our first Champions League phase match. I think we'll do that one off camera, and I think we'll come back for Juventus away from home, a massive game. We're going to do 6 games off camera. That will leave us 5 games left in the league. Hopefully we'll still be unbeaten. And yeah, next episode we're going to play our first Champions League main game on camera. Juventus away from home is going to be the team. Allegri is the manager. They've got Chiesa still in the side. They've got some good players here. Kurt Zuma, Grimaldo, Lucas Torreira, Locatelli. It's going to be an interesting game. I don't think we'll win it, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to face some big sides. We've got Spurs coming up. We've got Barcelona. We've got Bayern. We've got some big opponents here. I think we've avoided absolutely massive sides. No Man City, no Real Madrid, no PSG. But still some very, very tough games in there. And I think it's going to be incredibly close to see if we can get through the top 24 and get through to the knockout playoff. I think it's going to be very, very close. So we'll see how we do. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new. Turn notifications on. Check out the second channel down below. And next episode, Juventus away from home, Champions League proper. And yeah, plenty of money that's going to come with it. We've got £12 million just for getting to the stage. That's taken us out of debt, and we've got £10 million in the bank now, and that's going to give us lots more transfer budget money, lots more wage budget money to go out there and get even more good players. So yeah, this is a real turning point in this save. Just getting to this point, getting to the Champions League proper, is going to really send us on our way. So yeah, great performance against Ferencváros. Not a good second leg, but we did most of the work in the first leg, so I'm happy with that. Into the Champions League proper, and we'll jump onto that next time. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.